cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Access corridor is clear.
Crashes cost. Kill your speed, not your credit balance.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Very Dead Gaming. I'm Very Dead, and I'm playing Elite Dangerous this morning. It's been a long road, but I am finally going to achieve Elite Trade Rank today, and it should happen during this live stream, I'm hoping. And if all goes according to plan, I'm at 90% Tycoon Trade Rank toward Elite right now. So I just have 10% to go. So let me just hit the nav beacon. I'm in a new system. I am still trading in illegal weapons and arms. I found a system that has 4 factions that are embroiled in a civil war, and they desperately want landmines. So, and they're paying premium price for it, sometimes 50,000 credits per ton. And who am I to say no to money like that? So, I am smuggling these illegal weapons in and out of the system that I'm in. It's
Scan detected.
so I've got cargo, so I'm in trouble here. I'm gonna have to bolt a second. Can't remember where I need to go. Poly survey, that's it.
Deployed.
I popped a heat sink there because I don't want to get involved with pirate just at the moment. I have cargo. So what I'm doing is basically making delivery runs to pick up lots. I found a system that has a decent supply of landmines. Landmines are only available from surface installments, so you have to land on a planet. So that's what I'm going to do. And I found a place. They have several thousand in stock, and so I should be able to make a few runs. And I think three runs should be able to get me that 10%, maybe close to it, maybe 8%, maybe 4 runs. But so I just need to do 3 or 4 trade runs back and forth to this planet. I'm bringing survival equipment. That was the best commodity trade, just a straight commodity trade. That's going to get me just under 500,000 credits just for coming out here. And you never want to come to a place empty-handed. You always want to make some sort of a profit when you're trading. So if you're flying with a cargo hold, you're making it empty. You're making a big mistake. You should never be empty. But I'm pretty happy with the strategy that I've achieved. It hasn't made it. I've made maybe. Let me see. 2, 3, 2. I've made about 500 million credits doing this. And just doing these multiple different. I tried straight commodity trading. I had never done any trading, so I wanted to start there, and I saw how much I could make with that. And typically, you're not going to get more than 4,000. It's usually about 3,500 credits per ton. And in a big ship, that's okay, but it's still very slow going. And then I decided to do source and delivery runs, and that was much more profitable, but still a little bit on the low side. And then I started doing illegal material source and delivery runs, and that's much more profitable. And you know, still not crazy money, but 40 million credits per hour, if you really focus on it, is easily achievable. And so that's where I decided that I was going to look no further. That was really good enough. And really where I was excited was I was making 10% rank
Orbital flight engaged.
In about an hour and a half, or thereabouts. Sometimes 15% in an hour and a half. So, and that's really what my whole goal was, trade rank, and it really started to bump it up quickly, and I was making 40 million an hour. So that's why I decided to stick with it. And then I've gotten fairly good at finding systems that you can make decent money running between. And so that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going to finish with today. I'm going to hit that trade elite rank for sure. There we go. We're here. Let's request docking.
Gutamaya, Papa, Alpha, Tango. Follow correct procedures before attempting to dock at this port.
Port. There we
Permission
go.
granted. Please make your way to landing pad 1.
And I don't have anything illegal on my ship right now, so I'm not really concerned about being scanned.
Scan detected.
Let them scan me all they want.
Please reduce your speed, Commander.
Alright. Speed reduced. The This is a low G planet, so I'm okay with that. The gear down. A little bit. There we go. We'll just bring it back. Cool city. Oh, too hard. Wow. Didn't realize I was going that fast, but that's what shields are for.
Contact confirmed. Clear to disembark. Enjoy your stay, Commander.
So now all I'm doing now is just dumping off the cargo. Well, let me see. I have survival equipment. Before I dump it off, let's make sure I have there aren't any missions where I can make a quick couple million selling survival equipment. Every now and then you get lucky. And there will be a mission on the board for source and return survival equipment, or whatever you happen to be hauling. So it's always a good idea. Takes just a couple of minutes to check. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be so lucky. No. Alright, so now it's just go to the commodities market, and I'm going to just sell this stuff off. And it's a 400,000. Well, it was 200. So it's actually the price is the profit's a little bit less than what it was. I think the board was a little bit stale. So now we'll go down here and we have landmines, because that's what I'm dealing in. I'm an arms dealer now, so I'm going to take a full load of landmines. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll take some reactive armor as well, or some of those non-lethal weapons. So, but I think the profit's a lot higher. I'll stick with it. The profit is definitely higher if I stick with the landmine. So, heading back, it's really just that simple. Okay, we're gonna go to where we need to be. Oh, and before I get too far into this, I am at, if you see, my trade rank is at 90% Tycoon. I'm 10% away from my elite rank, and I have 727 million credits.
Ship restraints disengaged. Exit is clear.
And I'm anticipating it's going to take me about three runs here to be to reach the elite rank. 3 full loads of cargo. And unfortunately, this is a 2-jump loop. I had to make 2 jumps to get here. It was just outside of my 1-jump range. But it's for the amount of profit I'm making, it's well worth it. I need to adjust my chair. Give me a sec. It was just a little bit low. I think my son was in here using my computer. But I've been doing a lot of different methods of trading, and I didn't get around to trying the long distance rare trades. It seemed like a lot of effort for not really a lot of payoff. And I may try it anyways, just to see how it goes. But I think I just wanted to get this done. I wanted to hit that elite rank before they release the next mission board update, where they take away board refreshes, because that is really the way that I've been able to achieve this. The method that I'm using really relies on flipping those mission boards. It takes away a lot of the wasted time that you would get being interdicted or having to stack 20 missions. This way I don't stack. I just, whatever's on the board, I sell landmines, and then I flip the board, and I just keep doing it. And that way I pretty much avoid all the interdiction piracy nonsense from NPCs. Nobody's trying to kill me or steal my cargo. It's just a much more rare instance. I do get interdicted from time to time, but in a 4-hour gaming session it might happen once, where if you're taking those missions every single time, okay, and notice it says illicit cargo in the center of my screen. That's just you always want to make sure if you have cargo and you're jumping into a system, that's when it lets you know it's illegal. And what you want to make sure is when you're docking at any stations, be sure that you don't get scammed. And there's several methods for orbital stations that you can use so that you don't get scammed, or so that a scan doesn't get completed on you, because that's really where the trouble starts. Primarily what you want to do is line up the entrance so that when you come out of Super Cruise, you're dead center or pretty close to it, and so you could just pretty much fly straight in and request docking on the fly. And the other thing is, if you do get scanned, the most important thing for you to do is have heat sinks. So as soon as your ship's computer says that a scan is detected, you pop a heat sink. What that does is it basically breaks their lock on you, and their scan stops, and they have to then start the scan over again once your heat comes back up and they can get a lock on you. So you don't even have to bother with silent running. You can keep your shields up, so in case you accidentally collide with something, you're not going to take a lot of damage. Just keep popping those heat sinks. So I usually, like on this ship, I have two heat sink launchers, and that gives me, I think, four heat sinks, maybe 6. I can't remember, but so I can delay 6 scans, and that's more than enough time if you're lined up straight on the docking bay or on the station, for you to get in before they complete a scan. And that way you don't get labeled a criminal, you don't incur any fines, and you maximize your profit. And so this is my first run of the morning. I've already made about 200,000 credits. Just I don't like to fly anywhere empty, so I found what the best commodity was to just bring with me, so that I could sell it in the commodities market. And it happened to be survival equipment, which is pretty cheap to buy, and I ended up making about, I don't know, 250,000 credit. Not much, but it's better than nothing, and at least it keeps me working toward that goal of elite, which is based on your profit margin and, you know, the total credits you make from profit. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm definitely going to hit elite in trade today. I'm already at 90%, and I basically went from 77 to 90% yesterday during my live stream. Well, not during the live stream. I think I made it to like 87% or 85% during the stream. but I'll get there. I'll do the 10% today. I started a little bit early so that I can get it in. Okay, so now you see I'm fully lined up on the station, so I just wait till I get in range. I request docking.
Be aware, weapon fire restrictions are in place in this sector.
And
Landing authorized. Assigned
so it's
to
just a
landing
straight
pad
shot in.
02.
And they may scan me, they may not. I'm ready with the heat sink if they do. And landing pad 2 is right inside, so now I have to throttle way back because I don't want to overshoot it. There we go, and in without even being scanned. That's awesome. Gear goes down, and there's landing pad 2. So, when I started going for the elite trade rank, I was a complete new. I've been playing this game for over 4 years, but I never ever really seriously did any sort of trade. So I had no idea what I was doing, and so I tried different methods. And the first was just commodity training or trade. I always say commodity training. I think there's something there, but commodity trading.
Landing successful.
And it's profitable, but even in a ship like this, where I can haul 700 tons of cargo, it really was maybe 15 million credits per hour. It's pretty low, and I wanted and I wasn't getting trade rank fast at all. It was very, very slow. All right. So then I went to source and delivery missions, which was much better. I made a ton more money, and a lot more trade rank, but still really was maybe in the 20 million per hour range, 25 million. When I started doing the illegal source and delivery missions, landmines, personal weapons, that kind of stuff that was prohibited, then it bumped up, and now I'm really starting to make a lot more per mission. And so all I'm doing now is scanning for the boards for supplying landmines. And if you don't want to do illegal, you can do reactive armor, but you can see the payouts are a little bit lower on total, just because you're not getting that. I think there's a little premium bump for selling illegal stuff. Smuggling, I guess, is what you're doing. And I took the time yesterday. I got allied with all of these factions, but in the meantime, I still was making pretty decent credit returns, over 20 million per hour, even when I wasn't allied. And now again, I have a very large ship. I'm hauling just under 700 tons of landmine, and so I can cash in a lot of these missions. So your mileage will vary on this. And remember this too, this method is not going to work for very much longer. So if you want to try it, get it while the getting's good. Frontier is getting rid of board flipping, so you won't be able to refresh the mission board. So basically what you get is what you get. So if you want to try your hand at it, making good money, this method is going away when they release the next update, I'm pretty sure. And you know, some people call this an exploit where you're flipping the board. I've read from the developers themselves that say that it is not an exploit, it's the way the game was designed. But they're getting rid of it, so maybe they've changed their mind on that. Alright, so there's the first board. We're gonna flip the board, and basically all you do that is you exit to the main menu and you mode switch. So you're now I was in open. Now I'll start in solo, and it will give me a brand new set of missions. And hopefully, sometimes it doesn't quite work that way, but usually it does. And then I can keep cashing in these landmine missions. And that's just the way it works. to find a system like this, so you don't have to come to the system I'm at. What this can be found pretty much anywhere in the galaxy. What you're looking for is there you go. Exactly. Community goals will probably be the best moneymaker at that point. But to find systems like this, what you want to do is, I use Elite Dangerous database, but you can find them fairly easily in game as well. What you do is you're looking for a system that's in Civil War, and yes, I'm an arms dealer at least until I hit Elite, and then I'm done. I'm addicted to it. The money is good. It's a little dangerous. There's a little bit of risk. So you're looking for a system that's in Civil War, and what really sweetens the pot, I think, is you want to find one system with at more than 2 factions that are involved in that Civil War. Like at this place, and also that the system only has 1 station. That seems to really sweeten the pot as well, because now you basically have 1 location where the demand is. And if there's 4 factions that are involved in the Civil War, you're just going to get a lot more missions looking for that, whatever that illegal material is that you're looking to haul. And so this place has 4 factions at Civil War. There's 1 station in the system, and then the other key thing, and this is where you're going to have to look through Elite Dangerous database. You have to find a system that's within 1 or 2 jumps of where you're at that has a decent stock of landmines or whatever illegal material you're looking to buy, because you don't want to obviously be making a ton of jumps. Hey there, oh Wolfpack, welcome to the stream. So that's basically all there is to it to get these types of missions. So you can find these anywhere, and I encourage you to do it. If you're looking to kind of cut your teeth on trading, you'll also learn a lot about how to do it. There's, sneaking into the stations with your illegal goods. It's a lot easier than you think it is if you do it right. All right, so we're gonna flip the board again. Before I do that, let's take a look. All right, so I've gained 3% already just from this 1 mission. I'm at 93%. Before I docked here, I was at 90. All right, so I still have 356 tons to sell. So I should be able to hit 95%. Yeah, well, and that's exactly right. But that's why I'm working on that, because you hit that elite rank, and all of a sudden your payouts jump. Right, so let me just board flip back to open. Yes, smuggle. That's the way. Let me see. I'm gonna start open play. Yeah, I just went full on dark side. I hadn't done anything like that, but it's just so much more profitable this way. All right. So I've already made, I think, over 10 million just on this run. So, if I can do 2 runs an hour and hit 20 million credits, sometimes I can go, if I don't talk, I seem to move a lot quicker, but I don't mind going a little bit slower to explain some of this stuff. So, or just to have a little conversation about it. It makes it a little bit more fun. And you can kind of split your cargo if you don't want to flip the board as much. That's right. You can bring also reactive armor. So like maybe I'll do like 400 tons of landmines, 150 tons of reactive, and 150 tons of non-lethal weapons. That way you're always getting you don't have to flip the boards as much. I found that when I do that, I can pretty much in one run clear out my cargo hold, or maybe 1 or 2 board flips. But if you're just going for the pure illegal materials, it takes a little longer to sell it off, but the profits are a lot higher. Yeah, I don't think it does, but you don't you need that civil war in order for there to be demand for those illegal materials. Because as soon as that civil war goes away, so do those missions. But I've tried it now in 3 different systems, and it really is tried and true. It works perfectly every time. All right, I think I have everybody. All right, I'm gonna redo the board again. But I'm actually pretty excited about hitting the elite rank. I hadn't really focused on it at all, and when I heard that it was probably going to be a lot harder to hit it after they update and get rid of all of that the board flipping, I really didn't want to have to then take 3 or 4 times the amount of effort to get it done. I'm not collecting any missions. So here's what you do. You go to the system that's at Civil War, and then you check the board, and you see what illegal material that is in high demand there. In this station, it was landmines. But in other stations, it's been personal weapons or battle weapons. You just have to determine what they are. And then what I do is then I find a starport nearby, as within 1 to 2 jumps, a system that you can buy that illegal stuff for a fairly decent price. And then what you do is you just load up your cargo hold and then show up and then take the mission. Because if you take the missions ahead of time, what happens is you're on your way back, you're going to get interdicted at least 3 times, maybe more. And that just wastes time and slows you down. This way, there's none of that. There's no one coming after you because you haven't accepted any missions yet. So I'm just going through the board, and I'm accepting the missions ahead of time, or after I get there, and just kind of going with the interdiction is not profit. Interdiction means less profit because time is money, and I could easily destroy pretty much all the NPCs that come after me in this ship. I'm not worried about that. It's the time. Sometimes I will engage with them and fight just because hauling cargo can get boring, and so you just need something to break up the monotony, and killing pirates is a good way to do it. It's always nice when they're like, wait, this isn't supposed to happen. No, you really won't. Hey Vert, thanks for the subscription. You really won't. Even like I pretty much only get elite pirates coming after me, and I might make 200,000 per that I kill. No, I have tried it. I can make. I don't think I can even make 10 million an hour killing pirates, but I can do about 40 million an hour. Let me see. Maybe that, you know what? I haven't reached my elite combat rank yet, so I think I now know what I'm going to be doing. We're gonna put some cargo. We're gonna make ourselves an easy target, and we're gonna be like a honeypot, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'll honeypot him. Yeah. No, that sounds good. I think I found my new method. That'll be fun. I enjoy combat. Okay, so let me see. I picked up this big one. I didn't want it. All right, let me just double check the payout on this mission. It's I mistakenly picked up one that was, it's only 7 million. I'm gonna abandon that because. All right, so back, and we're gonna flip the board one more time. All right, looking good. Already pretty close to 5% trade rank on this one run, and that just makes me happy. And at 751 million already, so close to 20 million on one cargo hold. All right, but now some of these landmine missions are getting a little bit thin. Not good. Lots of reactive armor, not a lot of landmines. Yes, but that's the rich 2.8%. They want to make sure that we don't get any more money. All right, so this board was a complete bust. Not a single landmine mission. Let me see how many more I have in my cargo hold. Only 82, so we're just about done. And I'll see if I don't get any missions on this one. I'm just gonna check to see. I think this place has a black market, and I'll just sell the rest at the black market, and I know I can get a pretty decent profit. Come on, give me some missions here, please. Doesn't look like it. The landmines look like they have dried up. Oh, there we go. 30. That leaves me about 50. Yep. Yeah, look, you want as many factions at war as you can find. And, you know, the more the better. And all 4 of these are at war, and that's what we want. Alright, so this will be it, and then I'll just dump the rest at the black market. And we are good to make another second run. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing I haven't done it specifically, but on average it's about 40 million per hour on average. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Yeah, EDDB is fine. This method's pretty easy though. You can just use the galaxy map. It's either way. I use EDDB just because it's a little bit quicker. All right, so now we'll go commodities market, and I am getting survival equipment. I just want to make sure that that's still viable. Give me a second. I'm looking in EDDB right now, and no, it looks like it's not anymore. So it's switched. Basically, I'm looking for a single hop route, and it's from my current system to where I'm picking up the landmines, and it's HN shock mount is gonna give me just under 400,000 just for making the run, and that's so that I don't, I just don't go there empty, because you want to always make a little bit of money. So HN shock mount, and then we'll just bring that back.
At maximum capacity.
What was the name of that place that I'm going? Oh, it's Holly Survey and LP 65833. I don't have it bookmarked. Nope. That's it. Come on. I gotta hang on. I'll do it when I'm out of the system. Or out of the station. I'm just sitting there on the bay. Thank you for the follow, KFNV. Now I gotta bookmark this system. I didn't have it. That's the one I want. There it is, Holly Survey. There's your bookmark. And ready to roll. Thanks, Wolfpack, for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, so we're getting to going back to where we pick up our illegal weapons. I try to keep it down to one jump, but unfortunately, there wasn't a decent enough supply close to this system within my maximum jump range. Fully laden. It's just outside of my jump range, but I can do 2 jumps. That's all right. I can deal with that. And especially because I'm down to my last few percent. Yeah, we're at 95%, so 5% on the one. I figure this will get me to elite, and I don't know. I can then celebrate and move on to something else. But again, there's an increase in payouts that you get when you hit that elite rank, and that's important. True. Or you could get just good at sneaking in. I mean, I haven't been scanned once, I have a tried and true method of getting into orbital stations without being scanned, and it works 100% of the time, and even in high security systems. And they may attempt to scan you, but you get inside the station before they complete the scan. Heat sinks work wonders for delaying the scans. You just pop one and the scan pretty much gets stopped in its track. Yep, heat sinks. So you basically line up, and you don't, 99% of the time, you don't even need the heat sink because you don't get scanned. If you just line up the entrance to the station and kind of zip right in, pretty much over 200, until you like, of course you have to be careful. You got to look around for other pilots and that kind of stuff. But when you get close to the station, you know that's when you throttle down and you just kind of coast right in. But yeah, you don't even have to mess with silent running for the most part. You can do that. That makes it easier. You know, you pop a heat sink while you're in silent running, and you're not going to get scanned as well. And then you don't have to worry about the heat. But you have no shields, which is the other issue. And when I'm flying this big behemoth, I want to keep my shields on because I tend to bounce off of things. That may be in theory, but it does not work that way in practice, Commander. I've had System Authority be right on me, looking right at me, and I can pop a heat sink and it delays their scan. So yes, they'll start it back up again when you start generating heat, but all you need is a few seconds. Usually I don't get scanned till right before I'm in, and in practice, heat sinks are all you need, and you rarely need them. Well, I find that pretty hard to believe since I've been basically running these illegal missions for days. And they've had line of sight on me.
Alpha Tango. Follow correct procedures before attempting to dock at this port. Permission granted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 1-4.
Yes. Absolutely. But I've popped 6 heat sinks. I was just testing it out here. So here, I'll pop it and see what happens.
Heat sink deployed. Scan detected.
Current rate of descent is good.
Heat sink deployed. Scan detected. Heat sink deployed. Scan detected.
And there is my theory put to the test. That guy was scanning me directly, line of sight, He attempted 4 times, and I popped 4 heat sinks, and the scan did not complete. So, I mean, there's no more proof I need than that. Moral bankruptcy? No, I was already pretty morally suspect to begin with. But no. It's a game, so no. I'm gonna switch. What I can do is then pretend like it never happened, and I'll just be rich and have everything that I want. All right, going into, but as you could see, Wolfpack, I 100% believe that heat sinks are all you need. I mean, that guy tried to scan me 4 times. I just popped a heat sink, and he couldn't complete the scan. And that ship was right next to me, looking right at me. So line of sight and everything. No issues with that at all. Now, if, yes, I'm a terrible person. I am. I 100% admit that. To be a terrible human is to be human. But the thing about moral bankruptcy, just like regular bankruptcy, is it's forgiven after a few years. All right, so let me see. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going here. Yeah, the 2.8% of people that board hop to make money. That's what he's talking about. To maximizing profit, basically. All right, so there's that. More landmines. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, their supply is getting less and less. That's what happens. You can't profit from the same place all the time. Every now and then you're lucky enough you'll find a place that has over 50,000 in stock all the time. And
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
That's what you want. A player group. Sorry, Wolfpack, I just saw that I missed that you asked about a player group. No, I mean, I play with friends, but I haven't joined any of the player groups at all. Yes, I'm not into aggressive landing. That you know what happens when I do that is I crash into skimmers and then the station destroys me. So I just come in nice and easy, and that's why I have the heat sink, so I can just take my time. You know, and this ship handles like a greased elephant, so
You are clear for disembarkation.
I don't tend to like going in hot anywhere with this thing.
Scan detected.
Yes, I've lost it a few times. I've lost this ship right at docking, and I don't like losing it. It defeats the purpose of all the money making optimizations. Oh, I would love to see that. You're gonna have to show me. Go. Well, I mean, that's why I fly carefully, because I used to be way more aggressive, and it's just, I just didn't, and there are times when I like to find interesting ways. Yeah, I multi-stream, so I'm on YouTube and Mixer simultaneously. Just so whatever you guys like to, whatever your platform of preference is. So yeah, I do stream, and I always have on all three. Because I don't have a preference, and I figure, it takes virtually no effort at all for me to stream to one or to all three. So, yep, I stream to all three. You can go check. I'm very dead on all of them. I'm very dead one on Twitch, very dead gaming on YouTube, and I think just very dead on the Mixer. And I like Mixer. They have their hype channels, hype bots or whatever, where you can. I like watching PUBG, and I like that it switches. It always has somebody in the top 10 ready to finish and win. That's very exciting to me. I enjoy watching that. And so, everything has their own. They each have their own appeal. And I started out on YouTube. Yeah, right now I have you can see if you look in the middle of my screen next to me, you can see on the platform who's watching, how many people are watching on each. And I don't think those numbers are entirely accurate. They tend to glitch out, but today they're finally. All three of them are working for once. Usually one of the three doesn't show anybody. All right, so I know I'm really close, and we're gonna hit that elite rank right now. And unfortunately, let me just stop real quick, because this system I'm in is got a white dwarf, and you don't want to mess around with white dwarves. I've lost many ships hitting that exclusion zone when I thought I was clear. So, and this ship has a very poor turning radius. So I definitely, if I didn't throttle down, I wouldn't have cleared that at all. I would have hit it and been sucked to my death. I'm at 95%, and I'm sorry, 751 million. So this seems to be a good balance of I don't know, illegal activity, which is kind of fun, and decent profit. And what I'm really concerned with at this point is the trade rank. And I may not be doing the fastest trade rank activity, but of the things that I've tried, it's the fastest. No, too fast. There we go. Coming down. So, I'm almost 100% certain that I'll achieve elite rank during this, or very close to it. That's what I'm hoping. Unless, like, what happened to me a couple of days ago was the Civil War ended, and that can happen. And I basically was stuck with a cargo hold full of stuff that nobody wanted. And I searched for about an hour yesterday for this system. It took me a little while to find one that met all the kind of criteria for making decent profit, you know, being a war profiteer. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do after I achieve this, because I don't need to really get a lot more credits at the moment. I'm not really looking to spend anything, but about 20 million. About 20 million per run, in one way, or 20 million per full cargo hold. I would say on average. Sometimes it's a little bit higher, but usually not. Not lower than 20 anyways. Alright, so there, nice straight shot in, no scan. That's what we like. I like that high alert. That's what I like. That means money. Oh. Just keep selling those landmines. And I think it took me about 2 to 3 hours to get allied with these guys, and that's when I started getting these halfway decent missions. So there is always a little bit of work when you have to find a new system, and pretty much you're going to have to find a new system. But that was a good one. 8 units for 500,000. That's a high profit per ton. Don't want that guy. And I'm pretty much avoiding the wing missions. I've just found that yep. That is a very good point. If you have oh, I got abandoned. I picked up a reactive armor by mistake, so here, let me... Every now and then in these guys, you'll get the... yeah, well, and it depends, you know, if you're just looking for... If you can find a place that sells really cheap, then you can make those wing missions pay, but there's a sweet spot, and typically most of them, they just don't hit that sweet spot. Well, just gonna keep selling these things. I'll check my progress here real quick. All right, so 96%, and I still have 500 tons left. So yes. Yeah, well, when the only thing that makes this a not soul-crushing grind would be that I'm able to live stream it and share the misery. Otherwise, yeah, if they ban the ability to live stream, then I would I think I would have to stop playing. All right, so 765 is... But so I like the payouts are over 2 million now for most of these landmine missions. I mean, to me, it also depends on my mood. Sometimes I just want to do something that takes a while and is meticulous and methodical. And then there are other times I'm just in a hurry, and you're right, then it's more aggravation than it's worth. But this has not been that bad. I've learned how to trade it. I like that I don't know, the game kind of really led me down an illegal path and into a life of crime. And I kind of like that because that's not how I would normally behave. I don't immediately go, oh, let's do something illegal. But the game really led me down that road. And I like that. Well, I'm looking forward to see what they do with exploration. So, because that's where I used to do that a lot, and I really got away from it just because there's really, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. And after you've done it a few, 4,000 or 5,000 times, it really takes mental fortitude to continue. And I was done. And I haven't done much exploring in a very long time. Even though I still do enjoy it, there's not enough to keep me... I mean, there is a lot that you can do, And it's mostly when you return that data back. That's where all the fun happens. So I'm hoping that there's just different methods of exploration that we're gonna have, but we'll see. I'm not putting too much into it. I'll just go out and experience it and see how I like it. Well, probably a good thing that I'm elite in exploration already. And I think, let me see, we should be pretty close here. 97%, I'm hoping. Oh, 99%! Look at that, guys. This is it. This is an auspicious moment. You and everybody else. Alright, there we go. And let me just check my inventory. Alright, I don't know if I should get it. I have 100 tons left. I just have to do one more board flip. And then we'll wait for the email. Beep, the message noise, incoming message. Alright, so we'll go back to solo. So it's been just over an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes to go from 90% to 99%. So that's good. If the mission board would ever load. I'm hoping that this will be cured with the new mission server. Because that makes me nuts. Alright, so there's one. Nice. Oh, let me go back. Let me see if I can find a smaller one. I only have 72. I need smaller. There we go. Let's see if this puts me over the top. Come on. Oh, look at that. I gotta go make one more run. That sucked. Alright, so let me see. Yeah. Look at that. I was one short. I bet that would have put me over the top, too. That's alright. Make one more run. I'm gonna get this survival equipment.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Last run. And it's
Ship released. Follow the greens on your way out.
Loitering is a
I mean, 775 million, so it's pretty good money. All right, this will be it. I'm at 99%, unfortunately. Thanks for the tip on the mission board. Appreciate that, Wolfpack. I actually feel a little excited about hitting the elite rank. It's kind of sad. It definitely took quite a bit of work. I played a little bit of that the other day, and I actually had a fun with it, but I mean, it's not something I would do for very long. It was just, I was like, well, I'll just try it, because I've had the game for 4 years, and it's been in the game for at least 2, and I've never even once tried it. So I played about a half an hour of it, and I was like, eh, not bad. And I haven't been back to it since, so there's that. It wasn't very compelling. Whee! Alright. This is it. Yeah, the first time I joined it, I sat around for a while, but then it picked up, and I played pretty much a half an hour straight without having to wait. There were a few other pilots involved. I noticed a lot of people they won't even finish a match if you kill them, they just quit. That's that was my experience anyway.
Papa, Alpha, Tango. This port will require a docking request before granting access. Access permitted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 16.
Coming in hot.
Terrain alert. Pull up immediately.
That was a nice bounce. Did you see that? The quicker landing that time. That was funny.
Touchdown. Ground crew dispatched. Welcome to our starport.
Yeah, it's I'm engineered. Pretty much it's not a high-end engineered shield. It's small for this ship, but I think it is. Let me double check. I don't even know what I'm flying at the moment. You know, I'm one of those set it and forget it kind of guys, so let me see. Yeah, it's a engineered 6A prismatic. So it's the smallest one you could fit. Just because I wanted cargo. But yeah, I think it's a grade 5 reinforced. I'll have to double check. Let's see. All right, so I have my landmines. Let me exit out of this. See if they have outfitting. I'll take a look. All right, so optional. Yeah, so, oh, yeah, grade 5 high capacity. And I think this is on the old system, I didn't have the experimental effect, so. I did power play, I didn't grind. Basically, it took 2 seconds. You know, what you do is you join a faction, and then you just have to achieve I can't remember what rank it is, but it took maybe an hour of playing, and then you just wait until you get your rank, and then you go get your prismatics. But it definitely wasn't a grind at all, and I kind of fit it in while I was oh, you can? How do you see it on the modules tab? Let me go back. All right, there's modules there. How do you see the details? Show info. Oh, there it is. Yeah, nice. Okay, so it's reinforced with the high cap. Cool. Thank you. See, this is the best thing about a live stream. I learned things. I've been playing this game forever. I had no idea you could find that. So, all right. So I have my stuff. We're heading back. That was nice. That will make my life a lot easier, because I always used to have to jump out to see what I was.
Ship restraints disengaged. Exit is clear.
That works. All right, so this I'll hit the. Yeah, you know what? I do like that you can carry a lot more materials, but you're right. You can't hold enough to do more than a couple of ships. And I mean, it also depends on how much tedium you can endure. And then, like, for me, I like to have a ship ready to go in my inventory. So if I want to change the way I'm playing, I can just quickly shift to just switch to that ship. But for a few of the smaller ships, I just keep spare parts on hand in my inventory, and then I can just swap them back and forth to some of the smaller ships. Yeah. I hear ya. I found that the conflict zones are good for getting that kind of stuff. Imperial shielding, if you go to a conflict zone in the Empire. That's pretty much how I stocked up on it. I would just hang out there, and then just scoop the remains of the ship. But again, you know, it's all random. You know, sometimes they just don't drop it. Yep, that's how I do it. And if you go with a buddy, you can double your take. It's if you or flying a wing, it really makes it much more lucrative. The other thing too is if you like, I would have a friend, and what we would do is, have you ever seen that method where you can basically farm the conflict zone? If you both get two cutters with the healing beams and just fire those healing beams at yourself, and then you have your turrets, long-range turrets, firing at all the ships around you, and then you load up with limpets to collect all the materials that they drop. You can just sit there with a friend for a couple of hours and max out your cargo, you know, 600 tons and of materials, and also max out all of your engineering material. All right, so we got a guy coming after me. I'm not going to waste time on him. Yeah, I think the method would work, yeah. Alright, so here, we're just gonna throttle down and boost it away.
Flight assist off. Under attack.
And off we go. I do. They're not. I have an efficient beam on it right now, but I don't have my my regenerating beam yet. But I do. Yeah, absolutely, I do. It's just not equipped at the moment. There we go. We've got them coming after me now. Come on. I've done a little bit of the BGS, but not much. That's something I probably would enjoy getting into. Yes, you're absolutely right. If you do it in an anarchy system, then you don't have to worry about that. Damn it! I am never gonna get to this station. This is why you don't carry missions right here.
Flight assist off. Under attack.
I have no feelings about anarchy. It's, I love them. Anarchy systems are a useful tool in this game. There, I made it, finally.
Gutemeyer, Papa Alpha Tango. Federal Flight Control Channel open. Observe docking protocols if you wish to land. Landing permission granted. You are clear for approach to pad 25.
At 25, that's a good landing pad so you can hit the slot very high. Crime and punishment. I'm fine with it. I've never had any problems with it at all. I don't mind the changes that they've made, but I mean they pretty much don't affect me one way or the other. I mean, I hear there's always lots of debate either way, whether it's good or bad, or people love it, they hate it. It ruined the game for them. It made the game great for them. I basically have found absolutely zero change to the quality of game at all for how I play.
Deploying ground services. This facility is in high alert, Commander. Security level Alpha is in effect.
All right, so I've got my landmines. I'm thinking one or two missions, and I'm gonna hit that elite rank right here. Let's see, it's 99%. I don't know. I guess I've always been careful in combat. I've never had a problem getting you know, with friendly fire like other people do, and I chalk it up to people are extremely careless. They don't watch their fire. All right, so I think I'm elite now. Let's take a look. I'm elite. Slow clap. There it is, guys. So I just need. I'm almost done with my combat rank to elite, so I think in short order I'll be triple elite, and I'm not really very concerned with the close quarters. I may or may not do that. You know, sometimes I can be a little bit OCD and I want all of them, but that's typically not how I roll. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for being here to watch with me. Very awesome. I'm gonna, I think, just sell off the rest of this cargo, but I feel really happy all of a sudden. I'm surprised. It's pretty funny. Thanks for that, guys. So tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is think about what I'm gonna do moving forward in the game. But there were some interesting ideas that came up today as far as I guess pirate hunting, luring them in, being a honeypot, and then just, you know, accept a bunch of missions, get followed by a ton of pirates, and every time you get interdicted, just completely destroy them. So that might be a way to do it. I am very interested in fighting Thargoids. I started a few weeks ago. I built out a couple of ships just to fight them. I might continue doing that. I have an Anaconda that really it can, in the hands of a good pilot, which would not be me, can easily solo up to a Medusa. I can do Cyclops solo easily. Basilisk, I haven't done one yet, but I think I could survive that. I've gotten better at the Thargoid scouts, huh? Yeah, but are they really fun? I mean, is it fun? Do you feel like you've done something amazing in combat, or? Yeah, I have all the Guardian stuff. I have a couple of systems that I go to for Thargoids. I'll have to check my notes again where they are. I haven't been there in a while. But I think the honeypot is what I'm going to try, and then maybe I haven't done a lot of fighting with the scouts. What do you guys prefer as your ship? I was thinking something very nimble would work best against those guys. I have a vulture that I think would do really well, and it's pretty well engineered. I have engineered beams on there. I'll have to double check. I haven't used it in a while, but any ideas? What are your ships of preference when you're hunting the scouts versus, say, a Basilisk or a Medusa? Eventually, I'd like to get in a wing and try and fight the that new was it the Hydra, the Thargoid? I just think they're very cool looking. I love that swarm. How it gets that nice geometric shape to it as it comes after you and basically shreds your ship. Um, that looks like it would be fun to try, but I know that I don't have the skill to do that solo. I could do it with a bunch of other more skilled pilots. I think I could help and maybe survive, but on my own, I have to practice a lot more. I have a hard enough time with a basilisk. Yeah, I have a good, really tanked. It's massive hull points, massive shield points, and all engineered. Well, it's got all Guardian. It's got the grade 3 Guardian weapons on it, and I unlocked all of them except for the new ones, that just the smaller ones. I don't have any of those unlocked. But I mean, what would be the point? I wouldn't put any of those small weapons on my Anaconda. So I got a lot to think about. I'll let you guys know tomorrow what I'm thinking of doing, and then we'll go from there. But it definitely is going to be something with the combat rank. I'm definitely looking forward to getting that 3rd elite, and then see where it goes. But thank you all very much for watching. It's been a great day today. I achieved what I was trying to do. It only took me about 10 days to do it, and pretty happy with all of that. I will be back on streaming tomorrow, Saturday, probably a little bit later, and I'm thinking probably about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'll let you all know what I'm thinking of doing at that point. I appreciate all the follows, all the great conversation today. You guys have great ideas, and really, I learned just as much from what you guys tell me, and our discussion. So thanks a bunch for watching. Thanks a bunch for helping me out, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'm Very Dead, and this is Very Dead Gaming. You have a good day, and I'll enjoy your weekend if you're not coming back, and I'll see you tomorrow if you are.